Hi, I'm Danny and these are my Diecast Disasters. In this video I'm going to be restoring and customizing a Matchbox Dodge Daytona Turbo Z. And these were produced from 1984 until 1989. And this red one with the blue and yellow tampos was produced from 88 to 89. So let's take a closer look at it off of the turntable. It's not in the worst condition in the world, but that paint job's fairly chipped up. The wheels are a little bit rough, windscreen's pretty good. It's a solid little model with a metal base. You can see the bonnet opens and it's attached with a plastic section. That's kind of unusual. And there's that big thick metal base. Actually goes halfway up the body of the car. So we'll crack on and take it apart. There's 3 rivet posts. There's one normal sized one at the front, and then there was a couple of smaller ones at the rear here. I'll just drill those out and then I'll be able to take the base off and take the car apart. There we go. There's the base. It's easy. It's got the metal suspension plate holding the axles in. It's the interior. It's looking pretty mint. And the bonnet, this little plastic hinge. And then finally the windscreen just pops out there. I'm going to need to strip all of these cast parts, so I'll have to take this plastic hinge section off of the bonnet. So there's 2 short posts holding it in, so I'll carefully drill those out without drilling all the way through the bonnet and ruining it. There we go. Now I can just pry it off of there with this pick. And finally, I'm going to take the wheels out from under the suspension plate there. It's easy done. So here are all our cast parts ready for some paint stripper. And there it is, wrinkling the paint away. Then I can rinse it off with some water, and this was how they came out. Quite nice shiny looking metal there. There's a few scraps of paint. We're going to have to clean them up a little bit, so I give them a going over with the wire wheel on my Dremel. Okay, so here they are after burnishing. They are nearly ready for some paint, but just before I do that, I'm going to have to drill and tap the posts on the body there. The front post was easy, whereas the rear posts were really thin. I did manage just to drill and tap them. Right, there we go. They're ready for some little screws later to hold it all together. And now I can move on to painting them. So I'm going to be painting my Daytona Turbo in magnesium and carmine. I'm going to start out doing the base in the magnesium. I'll begin with a coat of black primer. And then I gave it a couple of coats of the magnesium there. And then I just detailed the grille and some indicators in the front there. The body of the car and the bonnet were given a coat of white primer. And then they were given 3 coats of the carmine red. In retrospect, I probably could have gone a tone darker on the bonnet there. Maybe just another light coat. But it's not too badly different. Okay, so next I detailed the car a little bit. Done around some of the windows there, the tail lights, the grille and lights, and also a little bit of detail on that motor. Onto the interior now. It's actually pretty mint looking in the black plastic there, but I thought I'd still give it a paint job more similar to the real car. So I painted it in dark blue grey and I detailed the seats there in an off-white. Moving on to the windscreen. This is in pretty good nick, really. A couple of little scuffs in it. I just gave this a good polishing with the plastic polish. And here's the little plastic hinge. Oops, hang on, wrong channel for that. Here's the little plastic hinge that was holding on the bonnet, and I just give this a quick polish as well rather than bothering to paint it. And here's that windscreen after polishing. It's looking nice and shiny now. So finally, here are the old wheels from this car. I'm definitely not going to be using them again. They don't look the greatest. So I pained over which wheels to put on this car. I had some that maybe suited it a little better than these ones, but they weren't really big enough. So I've chosen these ones because they were magnesium and I think they still suit it pretty well. Okay, so here are all the parts of our Matchbox Dodge Daytona, refurbished, repainted and ready to go back together. While I'm reassembling that, let's just take a moment to look back and be reminded of what we started with. Here it is, looking a bit worse for wears. Red and yellow and blue paint scheme there. Don't really think it suits the car the best. It's definitely not the roughest car I've ever restored, but I'm sure we can have a go at giving it a decent makeover. And here it is, our finished, restored and customised Matchbox Dodge Daytona. Stripped down and repainted in a nice carmine red and magnesium, but detailed inside and out. That windscreen's had a good polish and it's got some nice new aftermarket wheels on it. So there we go. I definitely think it's looking a bit tidier and a much more authentic looking paint scheme. You can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Great to hear if you used to own one of these cars in real life. Don't see many of them over here. Or maybe just owned the toy when you were a kid. Before I sign off, I'll just take a moment to welcome my latest Patreon member, Donald. Welcome, Donald, and thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. And as always, a massive shout out to my other Patreon members. Thanks to all of you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to help it as well, you can check out the link in the description below. Thanks heaps to all of you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see similar stuff, remember to sign up and click the bell and give it a like and share it with your friends.
It's not start again. It's a rich thing.